Well, hello, it's Tuesday now, 18th of February. It's sunny today. Cheers. Here in Omaha it is. Cheers. Folks, I want to start the video by pointing out a brilliant response to my last video from Terry down in Australia. I've never met Terry, but Terry strikes me as he is the kind of person that I want in my life. His response was so intelligent. As you know, yesterday I spoke about how I don't particularly care for people telling me what to do and telling me you should do this and you should do that. And I just love Terry's measured, intelligent response and smart enough to know not to take what I said personally because I meant no offense. And he says, "Thank you for your reply, Dereck, and I do take your point. That's one of the things I love about you, Dereck, your directness. I always have, and you are so correct in the appraisal of yourself. I like this quote from Shakespeare's All's Well That Ends Well. Love all, trust a few, do wrong to none. Stay safe and go well." And that is definitely how I feel. And yes, I do not see a video for the awards. Someone asked if there's a video of the award. Now, Danny did take my award speech. I might share that, I might not. Okay. Thank you all for the thank yous. And when I sent the picture to David, because he lives, I won't see him for a while. It's pretty snowy and he doesn't live close to me. I sent him a photo of the award, and his comment was, "Looks like a sex object." That's pure David Nance. He is so irreverent. I love him very much. So I deleted one comment because I don't, depending on how a person talks to me, I will respond kindly, and otherwise I'll say, "Well, I don't have time for you. Don't be coming over here trying to direct my traffic." Okay? I'll talk about what I want to. Sometimes people bring things up that, yeah, you touched a nerve. Other times people will bring up things and want me to talk about them, and it's like, that's not where I'm at right now. And I'm not going to have you redirecting my traffic. Okay? So, the thing that's happening, unfortunately, that has happened that I will talk about is the death of Jamie Muir. Percussionist Jamie Muir. Now, I'm not the sort of person who goes and does a whole lot of digging and research when I do let me see if I can get it. When I do a video, I don't go into all this detailed history looking. Some people are good at that, okay? I'm just looking right here real quick on Discogs, and there's really next to nothing, okay? I see I'm going to click this. There's a secondhandsongs.com. Okay, so here we get his birth date, November 30th, 1942. Died on Monday. Scottish painter and former percussionist, best known for his work in King Crimson. And that's why I'm bringing him up, is because Jamie Muir was a lightning rod when he was in King Crimson, and the record he's best known for making with them is this. And yeah, this is an old copy. I've had this forever. Probably coffee. Who knows what else is on there. Lark's Tongues in Aspic. Jamie Muir, besides Bill Bruford joining the band, Jamie Muir, I believe, had a lot to do with expanding the palette and the improvisational approach of King Crimson. When this album came out, I couldn't afford it. My good friend Mark J. my upper middle class friend from prep. We're still friends. We don't talk much, but we went out to dinner not that long ago. He could afford it, and so this went over most people's heads when it came out. Mark and I were heavily into King Crimson and stuff, but it blew my mind, and it was like too much for Mark in many ways. But one of the features of this music was the percussion work and the air of edge that Muir's percussion work brought to this album. I also have the Stephen Wilson. Is it Stephen? No. This is alternate mixes. This is an alternate mix version of Lark's Tongues in Aspic. Alternate takes and alternate mixes, okay? Is he in the picture? Yes, he's in the picture on the label. So this is the version with Jamie Muir in the band. It's powerful music, powerful stuff. And I wish I had some of the albums. I've heard the recordings. He's done stuff with guitarist Dereck Bailey. Excuse me. I don't have any of those records. I thought I'd show that the Jamie Muir tracks are available also on this, A Young Person's Guide to King Crimson. Okay. And there is a really good clip on YouTube of them playing live. I've watched it several times. And his tracks are also included on the box set, The Essential King Crimson Frame by Frame. This is one of those kind of items. This is all CDs. You know, one of the best features of this one is the booklet. Look at this book. Have I ever read the book? Sure have. Can I tell you about details from it? Not today, but I've read it. And then, of course, the famous family trees. Was it Pete Frame that did these? I forget the guy's name. And the CDs. We're all headed to the exit. That's the unfortunate thing about aging. Is that everybody dies. We're all going to die. There's just no getting around that. Now, one of the other places that I first heard Jamie Muir, besides King Crimson, was this Music Improvisation Company on EC. This is the early ECM. ECM number 5. That's how out there ECM started, okay? I've got an old... Okay, no, dang it. I was going to say that I have an old copy distributed by the old distribution company that was started by Carla Bley. I probably do have some records that still have that sticker on it. I recommend this record. It is not an easy listen, but it is not noise. This is some deep improvisation, and it's the sort of improvisation where you can listen to it and think you've heard it, and you listen to it and it sounds like something completely new. Happy to say that I do have this other release by Jamie Muir, along with, unfortunately, he also died not that long ago, Michael Giles. Michael Giles, Jamie Muir, and David Cunningham, Ghost Dance. This is on David Cunningham's Glass label. Or no, I get it wrong. What is it? Piano. On the Piano label. Once again, this is music and expression that is unconcerned with an audience's response. it is fully immersed in what it is doing. So, like for example, the way this album starts with the 5-minute 41 Ghost Dance, it's tribal and it is hypnotic. So on the surface, it sounds like nothing is happening. You listen a little closer, and it's like all this detail that is kind of falling out in between the beats. That's why I'm talking about Jamie Muir. Michael Giles deserves mention too. Great drummer who's inspired a lot of drumming in progressive rock and rock music in general. But it's the power and the depth of this work that merits Jamie Muir being spoke about. I hope I'm not the only person in the music community who will speak about Jamie Muir's passing. May he rest in peace. That's some good stuff. Good stuff. Cheers, people. I played a bit of music yesterday. Besides, finally, I've gotten hooked into a series from Sci-Fi Network, Haven. I'm almost done with it. It takes a while for TV to catch my interest, but when it does, I enjoy it like anybody else. Okay, and this sci-fi, and please don't bother me with suggestions because I'm not gonna bother. Okay. I like discovering things for myself, to be honest with you. So yesterday, in going through some of my old CDs, and I got a bunch, I found some duds and some stuff that I've outgrown, like this adorable Sistine Chapel. I've closely followed the rock scene of Europe and England closely since the Beatles. And in spite of my age and growing older, unlike a lot of people, I don't associate my listening with just what, where I'm at the time, like high school and stuff. I didn't stop listening to music when I left high school like a lot of people. The music, is present, and I'm in the present moment. So when as time has gone on through the 70s, 80s, 90s, I'm always listening, what's going on? And so when this sort of stuff was going on, what was this? See, this is on Creation. It's on the Creation label. This is 1993. Let me make sure. Sometimes 9s and 8s look similar. 93. So the reason why I bought this was I got it cheap. Got it for $1 at Homer's at their clearances. But it's on the Creation label. So anything on Creation, I wanted to hear. And that's pretty good. Kind of like Prefab Sprout. Kind of like that. But this is dreadful, for my opinion. Adventures in Stereo. Alternative stereo sounds. And this is just real throwaway pop with a slightly 60s bent to it. Totally forgettable. I won't say it's crap, it's just like, geez. Man, people over the years, even now, spend a lot of time on music that is just shit. Now, on the other hand, I hadn't played this in a long time, and this was brilliant. King Sunny Ade, 7 Degrees North. Again, it's another one from, I try to take the big shitty stickers off, $1, or whatever the price was before they marked it way down. This is a release that he got out in America on Mesa Records, which is a subsidiary of, once again, this is in the 2000. Okay, Blue Moon Recordings. Thought I knew if it was like Blue Note or something. Everything's part of something else. But anyway, this was like, wow, this is killer. Vibrant, alive rhythms. Again, he's singing in whatever his native tongue is. So I don't know what he's singing about. It rhythmically is just wonderful. I like that design on the CD. I have some more King Sunny Ade. Haven't listened to him in a while. This was wonderful. Really brightened up my mood yesterday. I'm just looking here. It's cold. I don't know what it is where you're at. It's 9 below zero here in Omaha. Did I leave my water dripping last night? You better believe I did. So, folks, thanks again for being my friends. Thank you if you're being a decent person. Oh, excuse me. The other thing I wanted to share about the award ceremony that slipped my mind was how the majority of people who got up and won and spoke, almost everyone made a political, socially conscious statement about the shittiness of the current regime, the rise in fascism, the ways that they're trying to shut down the arts and take us back into the dark ages. And I really loved how everyone who spoke was unafraid. A lot of queer people, women married to women, proudly talking about their lives and their struggle through the art. And people just said, we have to stay loud. We have to get louder. You know, we have to use our voices. We have to do something because they're, unfortunately, I think partially due to the purposeful breakdown of education in America, where they stopped teaching children how to think critically and just become pass the test and get a job. There's just too many people like that who are disconnected mentally from objective thinking and observation. And so a whole lot of what's going on right now and what's gone on forever with rich people running the show, at least we used to have the facade that people were trying to do the right thing, when in fact I just happened to live through them completing the infrastructure of the United States when I was a little kid. Still, the building of the interstates, the phone lines, electricity on poles, and the changing into cable and stuff, and all those jobs, which makes it look like bright future for everybody, is just laying it down, make the money, and then go away. And that's what we see. You know, infrastructures are crumbling actually worldwide because they took the money and ran. They don't want to keep it up. They don't want to spend the money. You know, my street, we got snow all day yesterday, so we got a couple inches, maybe 3-4 inches. For the first time, and I still don't know if it's the city, my street got plowed yesterday. But I went and looked at the trucks. I didn't see any orange city trucks. Maybe they don't use them anymore. Maybe they're contracting out to private people. But it was nice to see that the street finally got shoveled. It's another commentary on how as people rise through the ranks, jobs, politicians, you forget shit. You know, all you're worried about is satisfying your constituents, so the money keeps flowing. And you say you're doing one thing, but the main thing you're doing is collecting the green. And we're down here on the ground seeing, well, these streets sure are falling apart. Shit, last time I went and bought eggs, how much was it? $16? Some crazy shit. So yeah, our art voice is needed. And I'd like to say, if you haven't picked up on it, how much of an original voice that Mr. Dereck Higgins is. This is not the typical music that you hear from a person like this. And yet this is not European. You hear, if you listen closely, you'll hear influences that you can't necessarily pin down. But it's coming from me, a black man from Omaha, Nebraska. Okay, this is my art, and this is my statement of beauty and creativity that goes against the grain of what society has been telling me I am, and I refuse that, which has a lot to do with my stance about the blues. I don't have to play the fucking blues, okay? I have my own voice, and I'm using it. And I am trying to elevate, okay? This will be, I'm almost ready to put this out. I have another, see, the idea is to put it out on Bandcamp Friday. I'm listening to it already, but I can hardly wait to share it with you, okay? But this is my artistic statement, okay? Not the same usual bullshit, okay? All right, people. Love you all. Take care.